Hey folks, new year, new hat, new type of videos, whatever, new stuff. So a while back I was clearing a box of just various junk instruments that I found over the years in flea markets and thrift stores and other places. And I thought, you know what, why not try and do something with it? They're all very, very bad instruments, but my point is that there's no bad instruments, they just make a different sound. First one on the list, I have this thing here, kalimba or whatever it's called. I have a proper one that actually I used in one of the Monkey Island covers. And it sounds nice and round and lovely. This one, however, no matter how much I try to adjust it, it just will not stop buzzing. So I just thought we could maybe build something around this. It's probably going to sound a bit crazy, it's probably going to sound a bit wild, and you might get sick of it by the end of this video, but it's about experimenting and the process. So we'll just do something on a 4/4 beat and 140 BPM, something simple like this. So we got one track down, next thing to do is to double it and pan it hard right and hard left. Another thing I want to do is to chop down every note on one of the tracks and invert them. So we get that sort of weird effect as if the track is playing backwards, but it's not because the notes are in the same order. Next thing, we're going to use the second track and send that to a bit crusher just to get a bit of rhythm out of it. So right now it doesn't sound very appetizing, but let's add a bass line, trying to find a key or something like that. So I have this bass here that I found at a flea market, I think for €10 or something like that. It's not great, the neck is bent. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a high notes and just sort of texture, bring in a key into the mix. So we got that going. I'm gonna complement this with this guy. I found this again for another €5 at a flea market. It's terrible. It makes a lot of noise. It's out of tune. And yeah, the reeds are pretty much fucked. So we're gonna use that maybe just to complement the high bass line. So maybe we'll just use... So let's record that and see if we can do anything afterwards. Cool idea here is to actually lower the key by maybe 2 octaves. It'll create that sort of, maybe almost a cello type of vibe. And it'll go very nice with the high notes on the bass. This is a Ping guitar. So I got this at a thrift store a while back. I was doing a collaboration with a French YouTuber. They were asking me to do something and I just thought maybe I'll do my own thing. I did a few takes for them, exactly what they were asking. And then I did my own thing and they ended up using that. Anyway, we're going to use the guitar just to have a few counter lines. And then we'll do something similar just to add a bit of harmony. This is a Quattro, Puerto Rican instrument. This one suffered a lot of injuries. The bridge literally snapped and took some of the wood. I just patched it with a piece of wood here. I made a new tailpiece and I never really got to use it in one of the covers because it doesn't stay in tune very well over the neck. But if we tune it especially for a couple of chords, maybe we can get something going on. So we got one line down, we need 2 of these, one hard right, one hard left. Last thing I want to add is a little bass groovy type of thing, just to go with it and gel everything together. Nothing fancy. Finally, we said it's a dance track, so I'm going to take all my other bits. So what I've done here is I've probably recorded 3 different rhythm tracks and then gelled them together. I often do this just to add a bit of extra texture and just heavier bass and things like that, which I can't just quite do with only one instrument. So I get a solid rhythm track. I'll probably do a separate video on how to make rhythm tracks like that, actually. Especially in this case, you're experimenting with sampling, you know, so there's no rules really. You can do whatever you want. Last thing to do is we just need to arrange all that. Anyway guys, I hope this was of some interest. For me it's more the process rather than the end result that counts. So we'll leave you with the final mix at the end of this video if you're not sick of it already. And I'll also leave all these separate tracks available for download on Bandcamp. I'll probably make a separate Bandcamp account and you can download them for free there. I'll make everything available for free. So just batch download it. I'll leave the option to pay, whatever, $1 if you want, or $3 or $2.74. But it's all for free. You can do whatever you want with it. 3,100 million. And send me an email if you've made something with it, if you find it of some use. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching and enjoy.